Anytime I'm late, there's a cute creature keeping me busy. All right. It's Pride Month. The Pride stuff is going to come out now. It's inevitable. I don't know what the discourse is this year. Does anyone know what the discourse is this year about Pride? People are sick of Pride Month, finally, says Lauren Chen, everyone's favorite pick-me. This is going to go well. She's so dumb. I think the last Lauren Chen thing we watched was the Starship Troopers thing, right? Ugh. I gotta watch that. Now they're doing stupid little... This is like quartering tier, like, meme-ish skits at the beginning of the video. Companies at midnight on June 1st. Yeah. It rings hollow. I'm fucking 0 seconds into this video. It rings hollow, Lauren Chen and her editors, when you are critiquing what is just capitalism when you are a capitalist. You know what I mean? You're just like co-opting like observational comedy from the left. Let's go.
Taste the rainbow, motherfucker!
Ladies and gentlemen,
Are we Bowser in that meme?
June is once more upon us, which, in addition to being my birthday month, is also, unfortunately,
Me too, dude. Nice.
Pride Month. That's right, the month of the year where every single large corporation or really organization just in general feels the need to virtue signal to all of us just how on board with gay sex they are.
With gay sex? Why? Oh, man. Huh. So, hello, the gays. Heterosexual man here. Red-blooded American. There is a phase in every heterosexual's life, okay? Typically, it goes like this. Ooh, I'm cool with gay people. But, like, they'll say something to the effect of, ew, the gay sex, you know. Or they'll just, ew, the gay sex. As heterosexuals, okay, fellow hets, the three of you in chat, I think once you become like, we'll call it for Lauren, we'll go back to here. For Lauren's sake, we'll call it once you are infected with the woke mind virus, right? I think hopefully, along with your like personal sexual like we'll call it sexual liberation or something. Your personal experience with sex and sexuality and hopefully becoming more open-minded in general. I feel like only people with like some sexual repression get weird about the gay sex stuff is what I'm getting at. But I feel like a lot of hets get stuck in this stage. I mean, she's obviously a hateful bigot, but I mean like the way she's talking, you know, you've heard liberals say shit like this. Oh, the gay sex! You know, I want to think of the gay sex. Like, it makes them uncomfortable in ways I don't understand now. Like, but I think it maybe just lives in, you know, repression and embarrassment through expressing sex, and because we'll call homosexuality. I don't know. Because non-traditional non-heteronormative relationships, for you wokies, involve sex that isn't heterosexual, I guess, or doesn't look, you know, I don't even know. It's like non-trad, non-heterosexual sex is what they imagine, and because they repress it in themselves, you have to also repress it. It's a big projection thing, but human minds are very weird, wavy, flowy things, and it's hard for people to accept this in themselves, that they are embarrassed on behalf of other people, and that's really where a lot of this lies. Genuinely. They're like, oh, I would be embarrassed to be flamboyant and gay or whatever the fucking thing is they picture in their head. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they are like repressing. I'm not, you know, we often say like, oh, you're in the closet, man, because like you're fighting so hard. You doth protest too much. Although, I mean, I think our boy Dave actually is repressing it. I really think it's mostly like embarrassment about the human experience and how we socialize around the concept of sex and how this particular thing, sexuality, makes them confront that, and it makes them uncomfortable. And so they lash out at the people that are making them uncomfortable for bringing it up. And it's not even like bringing it up, right? Just the nature of being homosexual makes Lauren Chen think about sex, and that makes her uncomfortable, right? Weird stuff. I've psychoanalyzed the origin of homophobia, by the way. You're welcome. I've unraveled the secrets. Why are you teeing me? Why is chat? Can we talk about the teas that have been floating around chat for a minute? Sorry, YouTube crowd. Let me talk to the Twitch chat for a second and understand why they tee me. I'll never understand why they tee me. Okay. We're keeping this going. Sometimes you just wield it. You just wield it for no reason. See earlier message. Why? Just because you teed? Because you teed?
For the transness. It is a month for letting the world know that, hey, hedonism, degeneracy, sexual immorality, you stan it. That's right, BlackRock. I can't get enough of the gay marriage, the polyamory, whatever it is, all of the things.
Ooh, wait. Throwing polyamory in there. Does that mean that I am now... Oh, fuck. Does that mean I'm part of Pride? This is, like, not my fault. This is definitely your fault. You did that. I didn't do that shit. 40 seconds into her video talking about Pride. The A stands for polyamory. Oh, true.
I'm on board. Or at least that's how it's been for the past
Jake is assigned gay by Lauren Chen. Thank
5 or
you.
so years. But I don't know about you guys, but this year feels a little different.
This is so fucking cringe. Can you fucking imagine? Like, I'm gonna squeal my tires on the Pride cement. It's like some city worker like painted that, right? Shut up. You're just like fucking ruining stuff in your own city, I guess. Like, interesting. We'll just paint over it, man, or clean it. It doesn't matter.
Year, I don't know if it's something in the water, if the winds are starting to change, but it feels like finally, people might be starting to push back against the rainbow agenda. I think we may have reached a point.
She doesn't leave, Jesus Christ, she doesn't leave gaps in her speech at all. Like, she's manic. And also, the pause faces today are divine. I can't simply post all of them. This is just for us. We get to savor this for a moment and move on.
It had to happen sooner or later, like eventually, where people are so tired of being force-fed the rainbow agenda, and the rainbow agenda simultaneously has gone so far into the depths of depravity that people are finally starting to put their feet down and say, no.
What's the depraved stuff you're worried about? Are we just doing kink at Pride again? Is that it? I think we should loosen up about the concept of sexuality, man. This is where it lives. This is all it is. This shines a light on sexuality and, gender, of course. But, like, they always make it a sex thing, even in that conversation. So they were just like, you're dropping off your dicks. You're fucking, it's a fetish. It's a fucking, what do they call it? They fucking, oh, man. You just want to be a lady because it makes you feel pretty or something. It's like, kind of. It does seem like what's going on. You want to feel pretty like a girl. Like, yeah. They freak out. I don't know why they freak out. I mean, I do. I think it's embarrassment because they wouldn't do it themselves. Has anyone ever seen Lauren Chen and Blair White in the same room together? I would have a fucking aneurysm. I could not sit listening to that.
I'm not doing this anymore. You can stop. And you know what? Yeah, maybe I'm just being overly optimistic, but let me share some posts with you and you can make your own judgment. Here we have something from End
Wokeness. Fuck yeah.
Wokeness. I personally don't know if this is accurate, but I'll take his word for it unless one of you has different information. He says,
fucking hilarious. I don't know if this is true. Chad, is this real? But in a YouTube video?
Last year, Xbox changed their logo for Pride Month and ditched it days later. This year, they didn't even bother. The tide has turned. Perhaps.
The tide. It's turned. I don't give a shit. I don't care. This is... Why... I think the normalization of Pride and that people... Like, you guys outrage cycle on this every year, and people are just kind of over it. There's also, like, this... hey, the libs, we love you, but you express yourselves in odd ways, and you like to virtue signal this kind of stuff in really cynical ways, typically in pursuit of capital, like when a corporation does it, like this. So, I don't value this as much. I value the normalization of it, and yeah, I mean, who cares? Who cares? People go to Pride more than they ever did, and it will continue until the pushback stops.
Was gay or something.
Like, they don't get it. If they like, think about it. If you shut the fuck up and let people live their life, there would be no counterculture to like be loud about it. People would just be themselves, and Pride would slowly become a thing you don't really need to go to, or it would turn into a whole new thing, just another festival for all of us to fucking hang out in. At this point, Lauren is participating in her annual Pride Month pandering like any other company. Exactly. And she, to some level, understands that she's doing it. Pride is essentially another national holiday at this point. In fact, when I'm president, I will make it so. That'll really trigger them. Because that's why we do politics, to trigger them. But also, that would be funny.
Perhaps it
Actually, it might already be one. It's not one, though, because everyone just holds individual prides. We don't have one. We just have Pride Month.
has. So we have Xbox, at least for the time being, not
We should
doing
have Pride
the
Day,
usual-
like 4th of July, dude. What if we do the 4th of June? 4th of June, before the 4th of July. Ooh, they would get so mad. It's before! So it was fucking, like, April.
ritual of changing their logo to be some stupid rainbow version of itself for June to virtue signal for online activists. But hang on a second, some of you gamers might be saying, we still have plenty of gay virtue signaling from Halo. That's right, their account on X, they posted Happy Pride Month, embrace love, diversity, and inclusion by equipping the Unity 24 armor coating nameplate and emblem in Halo Infinite this June. Let's stand together in honoring our LGBTQIA plus community and forging a future.
She resisted the urge to do that stupid fucking joke where they go like LMNOP or whatever. Good job. That's a say something nice for free, chat, huh?
Of unity and acceptance for all, and here you have the stupid rainbow image because
Oh, I hate rainbows. Ugh. Awful.
of course you have to, but hang on. This is still cringe, don't get me wrong, but what you will notice is that they actually turned off replies to this post. So clearly this is a company that still felt the need to virtue signal for Pride, but they must be getting so much backlash that they felt, hang on a second, we can't let people respond to it. Otherwise, we're going to be absolutely slaughtered and ratioed.
Slaughtered and ratioed. So Twitter has become like a Nazi website because of Elon Musk, right? They still ban some of them, but they have to really go pretty hard. They don't even ban like racial slurs all the way at this point. It's crazy. But yeah, man, I don't blame Halo for being like, I'm not gonna let those culture war idiots fucking argue in my ad for this fucking armor. Like, it's an in-game purchase, dude.
What's interesting, though, is that they can't turn off who's allowed to quote their post. So if we take a look at that, we see overwhelming negativity. I love it. Sometimes, you guys, the internet, it does give you stuff that's good. From Greco, cool game. Here's $6 billion to make it gay and lame. We see from BlackRock. Oilfield Rando, look how they massacred my boy. This is why I'm fascist now. Game devs then, game devs now. You see
This is why I'm fascist, and she's just giggling. You know how people are fascists? That's so funny.
Oh, you see just like regular smart like guys who want to make games now, these activists. Can't quite figure out why games are crap now. Must be the microtransactions.
I think it's funny that they are capitalists and also mad at capitalism every single time. They hate it and they cling to it. It's so weird. It's like crack, dude. They're like, I gotta make dollars. I gotta make dollars. Dollars are good. Dollars are good. And then when, companies do stuff to make dollars, they're like, why are they making dollars like that? It's like, that's the system, baby. It's the whole thing. It's always gonna be like that. They're trying to profit. And so, like, most people aren't freaks like you, obviously. And they make more money. Go woke, go broke is not real. No matter how long you try to say it, it just keeps being the profitable course of action to involve everybody and not the 30% of fucking freaks that we have to live alongside that have way too much institutional power. But they're running out. What was it? 1.5 million boomers die each year.
Logan Hall posting Blake Masters post, not everything has to be gay. Detroit supremacist, June is only accounts mentioned can reply month. Another person noting the limited replies, it's afraid. Oh, here, this one is great. CN Poll Guy. What inspired you to change your corporation's logo to a rainbow flag? Satan! Not that you...
Satan, huh? Wow. Dude, I'm so happy you're here, guy who didn't know how to spell his insult.
If I was gay or something.
Yeah. You're a moron. Cute. Silly the chicken. Please articulate why you think I a moron. I have a moron? I don't even know what that would mean necessarily. It's crazy how right-wingers went from saying Twitter is stupid and anyone with a blue check is a loser to all having them now that they can, but the check marks. Yeah. Like you have to buy them, bro. Got a live one. I need to know why I'm a moron. What's the moron part? So Satan's not real. Do you believe in Satan? That's a great starting point. So Satan isn't real, Lauren. Not a thing.
Usual money, it's now Satan the meme. I'm absolutely for this, and guys, this is the kind of energy we need to keep bringing if we want at some point these corporations to stop with the literally gay virtue signaling entirety. Now we have more of these to look over, but first I do want to say a big thank you to today's sponsor.
Fucking oh my god, we have a lot more of these posts. That is she just reading fucking Twitter? Is this the video? She's just reading Twitter? Does this say gold? Patriot gold? Good fucking god. How embarrassing. Wasn't that... So the guy who said I was a moron, do you purchase Patriot gold? Are you a Patriot gold purchaser? How much would you put in gold? Oh, he definitely said moron. Moron. Fucking moron. Dude, maybe it's... Oh, you know what? Is it Undoom's burner? Jake helped me deconstruct Christian guilt and fear, and I appreciate that. I am more at peace. Good. It's easier to not feel guilty when you realize that God isn't real, never was, and the people who wrote those things you wouldn't trust to dress your wounds. You know what I mean? Like if you cut your leg, you wouldn't trust them, or they're they thought that these people who wrote the Bible quite literally wrote sections in it about breeding stripes into their cattle by, and I'm not joking, laying bundles of sticks down horizontally in alternating colors while the cattle conceived children, while they fucked and mated, and they thought that the babies would come out with stripes. So they never gave you good advice about the world, and so the guilt that is inbred is by the doctrine of inherent sin and shit like that. And none of that exists. So if sin doesn't exist, you don't need to feel guilty about shit. Satan's not real, Lauren. That's really where that came from. Okay, so she's just going to read some Twitter posts. Let's go.
What's a lot of fun this Pride season is that I've also seen some counter signaling. Some people saying, let's take away the power that June is Pride Month has by celebrating other things aside from, actual degeneracy. Libs of TikTok here says, a bar in Idaho is celebrating June as heterosexual awesomeness month.
Heterosexual awesomeness month. Let's go. It's pretty cringe. I see it's very packed inside. Seems to be going well. They took a promo picture for this. They don't have they have fucking, what, 4 people? That's not gonna cut it, man. I do feel awesome.
They're offering Hetero Male Monday, where heterosexual men receive 15% off, while Wednesdays are Hetero Couples Day. How cute! So.
Oh, on Wednesdays a lot of lonely men visit this place, huh? That's pretty normal. Cool.
Oh, don't forget, if you're in Idaho looking for a bar to go to, check out this one. And what's also kind of funny is that BMW is probably one of the companies best known for like the empty, meaningless virtue signaling. For June, they always change their logo. Someone actually asked them this time around, though, how come you don't proudly display your logo's pride colors on your Middle East post? Which I think is a great question, right? Because if gay inclusivity is actually this important to all these companies, it should be important to them no matter where they're operating, right? If you
Yeah, except they're motivated by capitalism and not any sort of foundational politics. You fool. Why? Why can't you understand what capitalism is? Why don't you understand the influence it has? I feel like she's just like talking to right-wingers is like talking to babies. They're just so fucking like no, it's worse than talking to babies. It's like talking to a fucking Republican. They're just dumb. Babies are at least curious. Did our Chud friend leave already? Oh yeah. That there's no way you're gonna come in, misspell your, and then like stick around for me to abuse you, right? Be too easy, bro. I would delight in it though. I would love to talk to a right winger tonight. I would love to talk to a Christian. I love talking to Christians so much. Very interesting little people.
you stand for gay pride in America, you should stand for gay pride in like Saudi Arabia.
I agree,
Of course,
Lauren.
we know that no brand actually does that. Well, BMW
Right.
basically had a mask off moment. They replied, "This is an established practice at the BMW Group, which also takes into consideration market-specific legal regulations and country-specific cultural aspects." Okay, so you're basically admitting that you're not gonna go gay if it's unpopular in a country to do so. Like,
Go gay? Showing solidarity with gay people is not going gay, Lauren. This is a thing that I've gotten before, which happens from time to time. Why do you care? Are you gay? And it's like, no, man, I think everyone should be able to just have relationships with whoever they want. Why am I going to stop anybody? That's stupid. Two people like each other. Have you ever liked anybody? How am I going to tell two people that like each other not to be together? Like, you ever had a friend in a relationship that shouldn't be in it? It can be tough to talk to those people. So imagine you're not their friend and actively hostile to the actual way they live and trying to tell them not to be together. It's not going to work, Lauren. It's just not going to work. Keen and redeemed, say something nice. You got to redeem, say something nice about Lauren Chen. Oh my God. I believe that Lauren Chen is nefarious and not necessarily a true believer all the way in all the politics, though I do believe she's a Christian and a dummy. I think she's more nefarious than a dummy. Is that a compliment? I guess that is to say, I don't believe that she has as much conviction as some of her peers. Like, I think Matt Walsh is about it. I actually think Matt Walsh is about it. I believe him. I think if he had power, he would be a tyrant. An impotent one who should be put down. But Lauren Chen is just like, I don't know. Maybe she wants like fucking... She definitely wants money. And there's no like maybe an attention thing. I don't think she has full fucking big ass convictions about some of this stuff.
Go.
I think the gay stuff is the thing she's closest to having convictions about because it rubs up to her religious conviction. Having experience with a friend in a relationship they shouldn't be in, you couldn't be. No.
great. So you don't actually
No.
care about it. It's just a marketing tactic. Glad we're on the same page, but I think that also means that
Yeah, but so doesn't that breed any cynicism towards the practice of capitalism at all in your fucking brain? You know? Like, why wouldn't you see that and be like, oh, well, I recognize this pattern in a lot of fucking companies. Corporations don't seem ethical, do they? Like, can't we just think about it? Even if you're not pro fucking the gays, I guess, Lauren, but like, why?
we need to make it so that America, Canada, Australia, like all of these Western
I like our bisexual lighting setup. When someone says say something nice, I normally don't go for an aesthetic situation unless it's something that they like are trying to like do artfully, I guess. Because I feel like it's cheap. It's cheap for me. I need to dig deep and try to be nice.
countries, they also join the list of countries where these companies know it is not acceptable to virtue signal for pride. Like,
Okay, so Lauren, you're siding with Saudi Arabia and its Sharia law type beat. Like, you think that's a good thing, right?
what the Middle Eastern countries have, I want that for us. I really do. And actually, speaking of Middle Eastern countries and I guess the Middle Eastern interaction with pride, here we have a video that I think is awesome. Young Muslim kids stomp pride flags as their mothers cheer them on.
I think that's awesome. Yeah. So this is just indoctrination. I just see a bunch of like brainwashed little kids that have been told by their parents to do a thing, and they're like, "Oh, okay, I guess it's good to do this," because they're kids and they believe their parents. You ever been lied to by your parents, chat? If they were religious, the answer is yes.
So here, let's look at this, because there is this weird kind of
The answer is yes almost anyway, but you know, that's a big lie. It's hard to unlearn.
the union between like the LGBT like leftists and also Muslims, I guess, just because the left likes brown people and Muslims are brown and also not Christian, so the left sees them and are like, hey, we support you. Yeah.
I don't understand. So this is such a thing that happens. So this is not different from like, you know, you have a Palestinian flag in your bio or whatever to show solidarity, and they're like, they would throw your if you're gay, they'll throw you off a roof. Blah, blah. It's like, look, I don't think that Islam is correct or good, and I think Muslims and people who practice Islam are harming themselves and their family in the pursuit of religion. But that goes for all religions, right? Them being brown doesn't really come up either, except that some people attack them for that reason. Definitely Americans do. And so, yeah, we grew up with like Islamophobia, which is really just like racism, right? So, like, it just reared as racism. I mean, they were literally calling them like fucking racial slurs. So, I mean, Islam is bad. Christianity is fucking bad. Like, Judaism bad. All of it's bad. Buddhism fucking bad. It's not real, man. It's a waste of time. It's awful. It doesn't help anybody. This is brainwashing, Lauren. You should be opposed to this. I just don't think that they should be fucking slaughtered by the IDF. How? I don't see how these are not competing. I don't like Islam. I don't think Muslims should be slaughtered. Can we not? Is there no fucking middle ground in between I don't like your religion and you should be fucking murdered? Because I just don't think that this is hard to grasp. The leftist position on Palestine the secular leftist position is not hard to grasp. Why would I wish them dead, man? So insane. This is because Christians are bloodthirsty as fuck, and they're like, well, I want all my enemies to fucking die in bloody war. I wanted my fucking God to die in bloody. Yeah. I drink his blood and eat his body every day. I believe it transmutes in my mouth. These people are insane. They're a cannibal cult.
It is not reciprocated, though. Muslims are not on board with all of this woke LGBT stuff. They've put a firm foot down to stop it in their countries, and it looks like, you know,
stop it in their countries. A firm foot down. Are you dog whistling about like death penalties for gay people, Lauren? How brave.
A lot of the immigrants in Western countries, just because they've moved here, they haven't all of a sudden adopted our gay Western values. Funny that. Let's take a look.
All right, we're here currently at the protest. We got a bunch of young kids here with their Arab
Is this a flip phone?
parents, and they are stomping the pride flag here at the protest. The Arab community is sending a message, I believe, to the woke.
To the woke?
That they are not accepting of this, ladies and gentlemen. Yes. Yes.
I love this, and I say good on those kids. Yeah, that rainbow flag those kids are stepping on, kids, be clear, that is the flag of predators.
I actually think it's probably patriotic fuckers. Those are definitely more likely to be predators, or Christians in general. Like, it's definitely true.
That is the flag of people who want to sexualize you, who want to exploit you, who want to predate upon you. They're after you, so you should absolutely be wary of them. You should be hostile toward them. They do not have your best interests at heart.
So this is pretty strong call to violence language here. is this reportable? Like, that's pretty hardcore shit. Anyway, this is the thing I do believe she has conviction on, though, for real. I just don't think she has conviction on like the I don't know, some of the stuff like Matt Walsh talks about, or the Daily Wire in general. Those kinds of people. I mean, I don't think she seems to be more culture war oriented Christian fucking. I'm anti the woke. Buddhism has some useful practice. Disagree.
Any message you'd like to send today? To just leave your kids alone.
Leave your kids alone.
Yes. Leave the kids alone, she says, ladies and gentlemen. Leave the kids alone. All right.
Amen. And I know there are people who are going to say, Lauren.
There is no mental peace to be found in Buddhism, actually.
Don't you always say kids should be like left out of this entirely? And it's like, yeah, ideally, we shouldn't have to live in a world where a kid would even know what a rainbow flag is because they're not being bombarded with them. But we don't. We live in a world where LGBT activists are actively trying to get their claws into your children. So in light of that, I think kids should know that, hey, be aware. These are the warning signs. Do not trust these people. So the poor LGBT lobby.
Yeah. So, I mean, this is just how they've always bred homophobia. It's not different. This video, I don't know about that video. Maybe that was like a flip phone type.
Not getting, it seems, as much love from the mega corporations, not getting love from the Arabs. And it seems some pride parades aren't even getting love from other leftists. Here we have something I think is really interesting. And I think this is Philadelphia. There was actually a pro-Palestinian march that stopped or blocked the pride parade that was going on.
Okay. Why do you think it's like an antagonistic fuck pride move?
And here we have more footage of it.
That's just a let's talk about Palestine thing.
Pride parade literally halted because of the pro-Palestine protesters. And don't get me wrong, a lot of these pro-Palestine protesters are going to be just like far leftist activists, so I don't put them in.
What is wrong with your audio while you're playing this?
That regard, but like if I have to choose between a parade I have to see, I would much rather the pro-Palestine stuff than the literal queer naked degeneracy.
Queer naked degeneracy. What is that even? Where's the naked? What is the naked degeneracy that you're seeing? It always becomes sex with them. This is what I was saying, man. It's so weird how fixated they are. Have you ever been to Pride, Lauren? It's just like not like that. There's like some you could go to some Pride events that will feature sexuality, but they say that. They're like, "Hey, this is one where we do that." Like most are like PG-13, man. What are you worried about?
And by the way, that's not me exaggerating. We actually have shocking images and footage here of like just full-on nudity on display at pride parades. It's disgusting.
This is a nude pride parade.
Lock these people up in jail if you ask me.
Disagree. For having human bodies, so fucking strange. Lock them in jail for having bodies. Fucking losing your mind. It's insane. This isn't even like sexual nudity. This is just natural nudity. You guys gotta fucking not freak out. It must be so stressful.
There are public like indecency laws that should be applying here. These people should not just get to flaunt their nakedness.
You know what? I bet they fucking got the permission to do this.
Because they're in a gay pride parade, and really disgusting, actually. Editors, you're going to have to blur this. But we even have at a pride parade children being subjected to fully naked men.
Yeah, I don't care. Who cares? It's non-sexual nudity in a public space. This is like nudist colony shit. Like, this is the difference between like a naturalist and someone who believes in fucking woo-woo shit. And one of the first stories is about shame of your body. Like, literally, Adam and Eve cover up in the Garden of Eden. And the first thing they feel after they eat the tree from the tree of knowledge and good and evil, the first evil thing they do is be nude. That's crazy. You can be naked. Your body is... This is something that is bred deeply in Christians, and part of why they lash out against these people so hard is the deep, deep shame of their bodies and the sexual nature of human beings. Right? In whatever way that manifests. This is non-sexual nudity. This is casual nudity with people around, okay? If this was sexual in nature, I would agree that it would be weird to expose people to unless they were able to consent to witness such a thing, right? And I don't think that kids can do that. So, like, sure. But this isn't what that is. They're just hanging out, dude. Literally. I don't give a fuck. I mean, I'm not precious about this shit. I would just hope that the adults that were with them are willing to answer questions about what's going on and guide them through life. They're not going to be scarred by seeing dicks. It's just crazy. We need to stop pretending that the human body is some fucking inherently sinful thing that needs to be spoken of in shame and whispers behind veils and clouded in this, like, ooh, that's naughty to do. I mean, while doing naughty things is kind of hot. I mean, like, liberate yourself a little bit, man. Like, just, can we talk about this shit? Our bodies are just our bodies, dude. Is it Nude Pride or the Solstice Parade? I don't fucking know. It's stripped of all context, of course.
In the name of what? Inclusivity? Tolerance? Disgusting. Right. This is why people are getting tired of your BS. This is why acceptance rates are finally going down for all of this craziness, despite the fact that they were increasing for years. And actually, speaking of shifting sands or whatever it may be, we even had Rishi Sunak, my UK friends, he put out this post, biological sex matters, we're protecting women and girls.
Yeah, I disagree.
And obviously for a lot of us, this doesn't mean anything. That's a basic statement of fact by a lot.
You don't even believe in biology, dude. Does Lauren Chen even believe in evolution? Is she a young Earth creationist? She sounds dumb enough.
Biological sex matters. It's like the bare.
I hate when they appeal to biology because it, happens to it appeals to them, I guess, in some way. I was gonna say it serves them, but it doesn't. Like, there's no inherent truth about biological sex and what you ought to do.
Or minimum, but still, there are a lot of angry leftists in his replies. So the fact that the Prime Minister of the UK feels comfortable essentially counter-signaling the LGBT movement during Pride Month, hey, it may not be a lot, but still, I think that is a sign of...
He's a conservative. He's a right-winger. What is this cope, man? It's Pride Month.
Actual progress fighting the left's agenda. It's because people are...
The progress is that you posted about it? This is progress. We posted homophobic shit on the internet. Again? Wow.
Tired of all this stuff, and you...
I guess that was transphobic, but...
pushed them too far. We have this news story that went viral. Gay Star News. This video of a young boy twerking at Pride has homophobes outraged. Look, I don't care if you're gay or straight. If a child is being sexualized, you should be outraged. And if
is it sexual? Like, have you... Okay. It's not always sexual when kids dance and do funny shit. Like, you're never a kid dancing around and you, like, shook your butt around? It would be weird if it was in a sexual context, but it doesn't seem to be. Seems like it was just a dance. Kids love shaking their butts. They think it's hilarious. Right. Butts are funny. They're like, haha, I'm shaking my butt. They always clutch their fucking pearls with this. Have you been around kids ever, Lauren Chen? So weird. You ever been around a kid that age? This kid is prime. Butts are the funniest thing in the world right now. He's like, fart jokes, play with this crowd big time.
you can't have gay pride parades without nudity, without open sexualization and fetishization, and with...
It's not sexualization. You saying it's sexual is the fucking pedo shit. Like, saying, a kid over there is dancing, no one else is even looking at the kid. Kid over there dancing and he's shaking his butt. Okay. Lauren, why'd you bring that up? You know what I mean? I'd be like, okay, dude.
Without exploiting children, then you shouldn't be allowed to have gay pride parades at all. And frankly, that's where I think a lot of people are at. It's like, no, you were able to have your parades. You couldn't act right. You were completely off the rails. You were sexualizing children. So now you get nothing.
I would love to see Lauren Chen go to a pride parade and try to get this salacious content that she says is all over.
Now you get nothing. And we even have this person here, Greg. I'm absolutely done with the gay community. It's riddled with sexual predators and their enablers. I'm never putting the pride flag in my bio again. Yeah.
No, not Greg.
Good. You should be so disgusted.
Not this guy on a grift.
With what the LGBT lobby has become, that you want to distance yourself, regardless of how you identify. Like, we should all be so disgusted with these people that we just blacklist them entirely.
You could try, Lauren. I don't think it's gonna work though, dude.
And Sarah Gonzalez, you guys probably know, fellow Blaze host. She's amazing. She does a great job exposing a lot of the predatory aspect of like drag shows for kids and all that stuff. She wrote today at the All Ages Dallas Pride Parade, all ages quotes, announcer calling people sluts and making C-word jokes on the mic. Merch that said, is D-word a carb?
Is dick a carb? Yeah.
Merch reading C-word, P-word, and overworked and under-effed. Does
overworked and underfucked happens.
This look family friendly to you? Like, if you're a parent who is bringing your kid to one,
yeah, what? A fan with is dick a carb? Hilarious. Yeah, you can take your. You ever been to a Spencer's gift shop? She would freak out at a mall. They have dildos at the. They have dildos and sex toys and like vibrators at the supermarket now. I saw socks. There were some socks in this gift shop that we were just on vacation, and there was like and kids were definitely around and shopping as well on this Front Street. It was like one of those rotating things where it's got like socks hanging up on four sides, and there were all sorts of this kinds of stuff like, boo, you whore. Yeah, that's a funny joke. This is a joke about the Golden Gals, calling her a whore. Funny little gals, them Golden Gals. They have sex toys next to the toothbrushes, right next to the toothbrushes. They weren't grippy socks. I actually forget what I got 2 pairs for my mom, and now I'm already forgetting what they said. Uh-oh. Bad son, dude. I'm just a bad son.
of these events, you clearly have no moral judgment whatsoever. We need to make it,
dude. Some of these kids can't even read.
So culturally unacceptable to not only host these events, but to bring children to these events that even.
Yeah. This is so bad. Mommy's dramatic sidekick. Y'all means all. Puppy pals. Pup pals. These are cute. That's a cute watermelon? These are all cute. What's wrong with these?
Retarded parents who think it's okay are
you're saying slurs, bro.
So ashamed and afraid to bring their kids to a place like this that they would never dream of it. Like, that's what would happen.
Oh, man. I hate it when people are wearing fucking clothing.
In a sane society, and we need to bring that back. Look, if you you are not going to protect your kids,
fuck you.
We're going to do it for you. Like, this is not.
What are you going to do, Lauren? See you at Pride, Lauren. Would love to see you.
This is not okay. Like, the fact that this happens in major cities all over America is shameful. We should all be ashamed of ourselves. And, you know, I think.
Why can't that person have a shirt off? What the fuck? What's wrong with this? This bitch is trying to incite violence against the LGBTQ community, playing into the rhetoric that we're all degenerates and seeking to prey on children. I am dreaming of implements right now. Chat, you may all dream of implements.
They're starting to wake up. They're starting to accept that it doesn't need to be like this. This should not be what the LGBT community stands for. And again, until people right themselves, we'll have nothing to do with it.
We'll have nothing to do with it? Who's we, man? I would love to see Lauren at Pride. That would fill me with joy. I would be around.
That's basically all I have to say for now, though. And as always, I want to know what you guys think. Do you agree?
Yeah. Can you guys comment on my video? How are we doing? 570,000 subscribers, 53K views. It's a good video for me. It's a real good video.
Agree that this June feels a little different, a little less, if I dare say, gay than previous years? Are we finally starting to see attitude shift? Let me know down below, and don't forget, if you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like.
I'm good, dude. All right, so you know, pretty standard homophobia. Just reading Twitter. God, that's a cute dog. Pretty standard stuff. Not really anything to write home about from Lauren Chen, who just sort of read other people's posts. Did you see the nice thing you said about her? I still think she would jump ship if she was paid more money to do so. I think she's big time grifting. Like, she just sort of repeats herself all the time. I do think she is a homophobe though, and a transphobe. I mean, she's like not a white man. She's just not one of the fucking selected few that would make it in the world she thinks that she not even thinks that she wants, that she's paid to advocate for. Wonder if they picked her. Exactly. I mean, that's kind of how it works.